queen to my left. I got my guy to my right.
What is the Sugar Bear family?
We back with the original three. Look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. How you feeling today, lady?
I'm good.
You ready to go? You ready? How was your week?
It was good. Work.
Yeah, I'm overworked. Yeah.
I haven't hit the road in a while.
It's time though. It's time. It's getting there.
To go where it's cold.
You gotta go somewhere. No, go somewhere with the sun out. Okay?
No.
You ain't gotta do nothing. Just lay up on the beach for a minute.
No.
Huh?
I'm not doing
You don't want none of that?
Not right now.
What you got going on, my guy?
Hey, man, still working on a few songs of the album. And
Okay.
working on, I got a wedding Black Friday. So I'm rehearsing some songs for that. Actually learning some songs. It's wild when I think about the actual, say, R&B artists.
Yeah.
It's all they do all day. Because you're trying to put all that. Then also, I did a podcast earlier, recorded that joint.
Yeah.
But then I'm also working on a play as well. So it's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
My brain ain't as young as it used to be, you know what I mean?
Right. Ain't none of our brains young.
Right.
Ain't that right, Ray?
Don't include me in bed.
So we got a whole lot to talk about today.
Okay.
And then we just gotta figure out how we wanna address it. So we're gonna jump right into this whole NFL thing, right? So I'm mad about a couple things about it, right?
What you mad about?
So the first thing I'm mad about is how it was presented, right? You know, they took some time to present it however they wanted it, right?
Right.
So this is the thing that got me. If I lose my job, it shouldn't take me 3 years to get another job, right?
No.
All right. That old job should not call me back on a Tuesday and say we need you warmed up and ready to go on Saturday. Oh, but you gotta fly to where we want to meet you at. Why? Oh, and make sure you know.
Why is that an issue?
Why is that the issue?
Yeah. If you want to work, you want to come where I'm at, right?
So that's what
if I'm signing checks,
Mm-hmm.
I present the offer to you. It's either you take it or you leave it.
Yeah.
So you gonna come?
And
if I get a phone call and say, "Hey, we need you to come to LA," right? Especially if I have the means as he does.
As he does,
right?
And he got there.
He just something to go.
And that's what I said. He did that, right? Okay.
He did. He changed it. He changed the venue.
So do you fault him for changing the venue, or do you fault them?
I fault him.
Why?
This is gonna be a long story, brother.
Well, so before you get into your story, right? So if you do everything that they ask you to do,
right,
and you get there, and then they say, "We with you, me and Reed, we with you, right? We're a team. This is true grit. This is what we do."
He didn't do everything to say.
No, hold up.
It was a waiver to be signed.
The day of, he didn't know about the waiver until he got there.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, that's what I'm going to get into. Mm-hmm. So if we all together, we with you, right? Man, Dave, you know I got you, son. I want to make sure we good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Got you. This is what everybody do nowadays. Mm-hmm. Oh no, your team can't do that. Oh no, they can't. None of your people can. Oh, you can't even bring them in with you. Sure. You can't do none of that.
If you was trying out for a team, you been
now, mind you can't use that. This right here,
why can't?
What they doing for him? Hold on, what they doing for him has never been done.
I agree.
Has never been done.
In the middle of a season, no less.
No less. In the middle of a season, this has never been done.
I agree.
So this is the first time for everybody.
Sure.
But just like your job,
but I still control the purse strings.
Yeah, but just like your job, my job, and Bree's job, all our jobs have different wages you gotta sign. Sure. Or different, you know, what do they call it? Disclosures.
All
right.
Or disclaimers.
Disclaimers. You know what I mean? Stuff you can't, especially the way I work at.
Right.
Dude, you gotta sign a waiver to work out in the gym in my building. Contractors don't even have the option to work out in the gym in my building because of liability, right? But you know this. So, but it's a standard waiver. It's a standard one.
Okay.
So I can't come
standard or not, you can't complain if you know it's already present.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the issue. If you know it's present. But if you got this job and I'm telling you everything, yeah, dog, but that don't make it right.
Things changes.
Yeah, but that don't make it right.
Things change, you know that.
Exactly. So do you give them full control though? Because that's what they wanted. They wanted him.
They have full control.
I'm
not giving them anything.
This is the thing. He made his money, right?
Sure.
If he play, he play. If he don't, he don't. He already made his money.
Bro, he was wrong for stepping on the field with that Kunta Kinte shirt on.
No, he wasn't.
He was. Because,
as a teacher,
number one, you don't want to play. You don't want to play. Number two, absolutely, 100%. Watch this. I said this from the gate because when the whole thing at the onset, I understood what he was saying and I understood where he was going. But it took for him, even though I knew this in my subconscious, it took for him to make this move for me to say it's bigger than that. So at this point, we are we are this, we are that. We control all of that. So for me, it's bigger than that. So at the end of the day, why would you go back to an entity that you don't want to work for in the first place? One. Number two, you know how controlling they are, and us as brown, black, color folk have no kind of control whatsoever in that entity. Why are you not putting that energy somewhere else? The XFL, Freedom Football. I'm just saying.
I know. I understand what you're saying on that side.
Because we control it. No one goes to see the quarterback. Everyone goes to see the big black guys on their field and see what kind of talent or skills they're going to possess. And outside of that, the quarterback is going to shine because he got nothing but time to do what he's supposed to do. We're wasting time. For us to even have this conversation right now is foolish because that energy should be put somewhere else. Even with Kapernick going, he's lost in his own thought process in this.
I don't think so, though.
I think so.
I completely disagree with you. The reason I disagree with you is because, dog, it's one thing. You know the shield.
Jamal said both sides are full of ish. My mind.
That I agree with, right? That I agree with. But I also agree with complete transparency. If y'all would have went out there and snuck it up, guess what? He snuck it up. It's on him.
See, he damn sure he shouldn't have worn that shirt.
Why not? I don't give a fuck about a shirt.
You should because the shirt speaks volumes. You're going to put on that shirt talking about I'm going as Kunta Kinte. Kunta Kinte was forced on a pole going through the theatrical and the book. Speaking of that history, he was forced to stand on a stake and was whipped until he decided to say, I'm sorry, until he was forced to say Toby, right? Man, you took a plane ticket. You purchased a ticket to fly to Atlanta and put the shirt on. You should have stayed the fuck home.
It's bigger than that.
Should have stayed home.
This is my thing. And this is why I say fuck the NFL. Like I'm to the point where
I've been said that.
I'm to the point where I'm done.
And if he took this, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? And the reason I say it is because, and then like I'm almost done with Jay.
Yeah, I feel that. I
say
agree.
Because this is my thing. The narrative that keep coming out is when it looked good, it was Jay had a part in it.
Yeah.
Now it looked bad. Jay like, I'm disappointed in Cat. We set this up for him. But we ain't heard Jay say nothing yet. So you keep letting motherfuckers speak for you, but you're supposed to be a man of the people, or you're supposed to be speaking.
But Cap ain't said nothing.
But
all Cap saying is, I've been ready. I've been ready. I stay ready. Man, shut up.
But this is the thing about that. The reason why I was okay with what he did. Fuck the shirt. I ain't even worried about the shirt.
You should.
The reason
started there, but
no, you listen. You're 100% right about the shirt. It started there.
Right.
But really, that's what they want Joe to do.
Who's that?
The NFL, motherfucker.
Why?
That's what they want him to do.
So
they want to whip him into submission.
So it goes back to what? Sports and entertainment.
Yeah, they want to whip Joe into submission to say and do what he want him to do, and that's what that waiver was. That waiver was
exactly. You cannot. Jamal says you can't call yourself a slave with the T-shirt and then say you want to work for the slave master. It's ridiculous, man. It's asinine.
Listen,
what are you doing?
I understand.
What are you doing?
I understand that.
Cut the fro. Get him Mr. T cut. Cut the fro.
I understand that.
Cut the fro, man.
I understand that. But what I did, what I looked at was how he did it, right? I would not have signed a waiver because what you would then gave them creative rights in a sense.
Sure, I get that.
So they could have took and did whatever they wanted to do with the film. Nobody else would have had film of you. No, that's absolutely no. That's enough.
But if you come in as an ordinary Mo and during a scouting session, you don't have none of that. So just because he has the opportunity to have that does not make it right to say, well, I'm going to bring this with me. Nah. At this point, you're an ordinary dude, man.
Let me ask you a question.
You trying out.
Let me ask you a question.
You have no camp.
He got 5. He got a camp. I mean, no. Listen.
If you're an ordinary dude, you don't have no camp to bring no cameras and no film crew and do a Nike commercial.
That's not true.
Come on, man.
That's not true.
Come on, man. Really?
It's called college day. You ain't never seen it when
they
go all the time. When they go to the colleges, and then, I'm gonna work out. I'm not gonna go to the combine, but I'm gonna work out individual day at my college. And you got your receivers, you got your scripted playbook. It's the same thing.
You have your camera crew.
Yes.
Are you doing a Nike commercial?
I ain't seen no.
Are you doing a Nike commercial?
I ain't seen no commercial.
This is what he asked for. He said, I'm not signing a waiver. I want to have my own receivers, my own film crew. I want to shoot a Nike commercial in the process.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I
didn't
hear that.
Yeah. I don't like the hustle.
But at
the end of the day, why are you going back there anyway?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear about that.
Yes.
I didn't hear about the commercial.
All the clues.
I didn't hear about the commercial. I did. I missed that. So I missed that.
Okay.
But at the same time,
so that changes things.
No, it don't. It don't. It do not. It do not.
Okay.
It do not. Why not be able to get something out of the deal? First off, Nike already get paid on both sides of
this. Why are you trying to get the deal? That's the real question.
That's the part that I could never.
Why are you trying to get the
That's
deal?
the part that I don't think none of us can.
Why you
we don't know.
The
same reason Herc Reed back in the league. He's still calling the league out on a regular basis, but he's playing in the league.
It's foolish. He looks stupid.
Hey, I think so too. But
he looks stupid, man.
It's the same shit. I ain't in the NFL. I ain't been in the NFL, so I don't know what the desire is to play for the NFL, right? I don't know what the desire is. It gotta be.
Because watch this. As far as Cap Team has been one of the saying everything. All he said is, I'm ready. I'll continue to train. I've been ready. He has not yet to say, I want to play for the NFL.
He said that. He was like, now nigga, stop playing, stop running.
Did he say
all 32 teams can call me, call my representatives?
Did he say I want to play for the NFL?
All he said was,
you can call me for what they tell me I'm going to take it.
No, you
tell me I want to go. You can call me all you want. Come on, man.
You wasn't calling for no date.
Come on, man. The brother has not yet to say that I want to play for the NFL.
He said, I talk to anybody that need to talk.
Yeah, let's talk. We can talk.
He was like, ready for all 32 teams.
That's all it is.
Listen, I'm not gonna say it's not. But what I will say is, I'm glad personally he did not sign that waiver.
No doubt.
I think he made the right decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, Cooper Kente shirt might have been a little bit too far, but I look at it as a slack fuck them niggas. You know what I mean? That's my motto now, so that's what he went with.
Jamal said, Nike said, they had nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah,
so I didn't throw us under the bus.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about Nike.
This is what he said, man.
He said you heard him say that was on mine.
Yes. That's what his team sent back to The NFL.
I don't believe that, dog.
Okay.
They couldn't have this.
How couldn't
Listen, listen. If they didn't get the waiver until the day of, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know about this waiver until he got there. They didn't say nothing about this waiver. So how did they have time to respond with "we want to shoot a commercial"?
First of all, when you gonna go in there, if that's the case, how they gonna sit and say,
It was 45.
I want my own receivers and all that.
You
already had a plan.
That's what I'm saying. He had his receivers with him.
So if you had a plan, you could include that as well.
Listen to what I'm saying. I am. They shut all of this down within 45 minutes before it was supposed to start because he would not sign the waiver and they would not let him use his own receiver. He was like, "Whoa, no, then we'll take it down the road and we'll do it our way." But let me be honest with you.
Check it out.
Would you have done it? Well, listen,
I wouldn't have went.
If you work for me, right, and I say to you, I need you to go catch these balls for Colin Kaepernick. I mean, don't catch them, but you know what I mean. I'm just asking you.
Say what?
That's basically
no. Say it again.
I want you to go catch these balls from Colin Kaepernick, but you don't gotta catch them.
If I'm a receiver,
yeah, working for the NFL.
If I'm in that environment already, my mindset is already some kind of way. At the end of the day, my performance depends on my check, correct?
No, not necessarily though.
My performance in the NFL depends on my check. So are you serious?
Absolutely. Yeah,
okay, so if you tell me that.
But this don't have nothing. You catching balls on a Saturday. Sure. This ain't got nothing to do with your contract. This is just what they look. I want you. It
depends on who you're talking to, man. You know the mindset. Come on, man. Are you serious?
Maybe the receivers that they pick.
I couldn't do that.
Nobody can.
So what you saying?
That's the point. Like, so if it's supposed to be transparent, it's supposed to be nothing with it. Why we don't know the games of the people that's supposed to show up? Why we don't know who the receivers was?
But touche, you're making an argument for something that should not have existed in the first place.
We already passed it.
We not past it.
It exists, right?
We still talking about it.
That's why. But listen, it had to come up.
Why?
It had to come up, right? For us to have a conversation about it now, it had to have happened. Right?
For you to, what I'm saying to you is, for you to debate it right now is ridiculous because we know the games that they play at the end of the day because it's a business first.
It's a business first.
Sports and entertainment, right?
Yeah.
So at this point in time, he's been an employee of sports and entertainment. So I'm not even taking it as, first of all, a man don't bend for nothing.
And that's what I felt yesterday.
A man don't bend for nothing. So if he didn't bend to sign that waiver, he shouldn't have took a knee on that field from the gate, if that's the case. So why are we even having a conversation, is my question.
I think that's two separate things.
No, sir. Because the man not going to bend his knee. He's not going to bend his knee in front of another man for what?
The only reason he took a knee, because remember, he just set it out. The only reason he took a knee because a veteran asked him to take a knee, right?
That's a sucker
move. It didn't start.
Because watch this.
But it depends on how you look at it.
Man, are you going to take a knee for another man?
I've never, no. But that's
how,
it's in the context, though. It's in the context.
It's not in the context.
Listen, you have never took a knee. When somebody get hurt on the field, the first thing you do is you take a knee. Out of respect.
I'm not a football player. That's something different.
What is different? When he took a knee, he didn't take a knee because that's what he first thought. He was just going to set it out.
Now that you say that,
when he had a conversation, hold on. He said he was disrespecting the veterans. He then talked to veterans. Veterans said, listen, we don't take it as disrespect, but if you want to still show us respect, just kneel. Just kneel. They asked him to kneel. So that's why he started kneeling. It wasn't his idea. He just was sitting on the bleachers, on the bench.
Why didn't he give that kneel as much thought as he's giving everything else then?
Why didn't he or why didn't he?
Why didn't he?
He did. How didn't he? Why didn't he? Because listen, if he was just...
If you would exemplify the Black Panthers, you would exemplify Malcolm X, right? Because that's what he was doing, right? They took a knee? No. It's not different. It's not, because watch this. By being different is why the conversation is so convoluted now, and we don't know what direction he's going in because it's different. If he had stayed the course and not did that piece,
so you feel like he should have never showed up?
No, because it's past. If it's past it for me in my mindset, and I didn't even start the joint, it has to be for him unless there's a different agenda.
Okay.
It has to be.
So this is my thing. Like, and this we ready to go right into the fight.
Let's go.
Right off of this.
Let's go.
So we hold Black because Tim Tebow was the first person to ever kneel during the anthem, right?
Yes.
The one. Not. I ain't gonna say he was the first. He was the first person we noticed.
Right? He was the first person that was put out there and publicized.
Yeah. About but it was no controversy. There was no controversy, right? So why do we hold Black athletes to a different accord than we hold the white athletes? And that's going to take us right into the fight.
Okay.
Because I played football, dog. Everybody know you ain't supposed to use the helmet as a weapon.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody know you ain't supposed to use the helmet as a weapon.
Sure.
But the way that played out, I don't think his intention was to use it as a weapon, as his intention was to swing on a dude that was charging. He just so happened to still had a helmet in his hand.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say because of course I don't watch football.
Yeah. Did you see the clips at all?
I saw the clips.
Okay.
Clips was sent to me. I felt special.
Did you?
Right?
All right, let me ask you a question. So did
Go ahead.
you see the whole thing, or you just saw?
I saw
clips?
several.
Okay.
I saw several clips. Right. Different angles, mind you.
Okay.
When you're playing football, is a sport that's under the whistle.
Yeah.
So it demands a type of discipline outside of the ordinary.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So for the play to unravel as it did, and him to have the helmet in your hand, my first inkling was Slim said something, being a European, a young one, being brutalized the entire game.
He was scared.
From what I was told, right? From what I was told, being brutalized the entire game, and he said something to yo, and yo just reacted just as a man. You can't say he didn't.
No. That's not how it is.
Can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? Watch this. When they was in that little group of the 4 or 5, was anybody mic'd up?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. So now you could be right. You saying that
Slim said something for yo just to react and throw that because it's like he reached out. The hammer was in his hand, yeah. But he reacted like what the fuck you say?
But listen, this is I don't think it started with words. I think it started with action. So
from the beginning, yes.
Yeah. So if you try to rip my helmet off, because when he fell, he hit him, but when they fell, yo landed on top of him, right?
Yeah.
He didn't hit the ground, so it's not like he drove him into the ground.
Right.
He landed on top of him. So you got your man that's trying to rip his helmet off of him and all of that stuff, right? He kicked him in his nuts. He also
who tried to rip who helmet off? What you saying?
Rudolph tried to rip off Garrett's helmet
that's
first.
clear.
So we can go white and black. Well, you know what? The Pittsburgh Steelers, let's go with that. That's what we're going to do. The Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback tried to rip Myles Garrett's helmet off first, right? And he couldn't get it off. But he twisted and he had his hand all up under his chin strap and everything.
Right.
Trying to get it off, couldn't get it off.
Right.
Myles Garrett makes his way up. He continues, so he snatches him by his helmet. Treat him like a rag doll. First, he kicks Myles Garrett in the balls. We saw that. All right. After he ripped the helmet off, you saw at that point it was broke up. He was actually calming down. Right? And then you're right. He might have said something when he was charging him.
Right.
But if I'm being held by your teammates, right? And you're charging me, and you look like you about to swing, and apparently, if you look at one of those clips, it looked like he grabbed that man's penis again. Because one of them clips look real wild when he get around there.
The majority of the NFL grab cheeks anyway. That's what we're conversation.
So this is my thing. We crucified Myles Garrett this week for hitting this man with the helmet. Now, I played football, I played semi-pro, I played all of that. We know you're not supposed to use the helmet as a weapon. We all know that. It's written in the book.
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, though, the person that instigates the fight, once the fight starts, once you start a fight,
right,
the outcome is on you.
No go.
That's how it's supposed to be. But what they did was they made Myles Garrett the aggressor. Once again, they got
My
us.
man Joe said he put his hand on him after he charged. Hey Joe, up here, put the number in the joint, man. I want some dollars to come back,
Who put their
man.
hand on?
He said after he charged him, he put his hand on. He didn't specify who was who.
He talking about Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett Rudolph charged Myles Garrett.
Right.
So that was my issue, and I'm looking at people talking about Myles Garrett, this Myles Garrett. Now listen, I always thought he was a dirty player because he got a whole lot of late penalties, late hits, and dirty stuff like that. This situation, the quarterback from the Pittsburgh Steelers, nobody owed him no apology because he incited this riot. He started this. Now your man Pouncey,
Jerry said free balls.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking.
Call in, Jay.
I'm with him. I'm with him because, dog, once you start a fight, whatever coming out of that is what you get.
That's it.
You understand what I'm saying?
You cannot. Without if I initiate a fight with you, if I just slap the shit out.
If you slap the shit out,
whatever you do,
I pick up a car and hit you with that car. Guess what? That's your. You should have never smacked me in my goddamn face.
Absolutely.
So he got the beast. He woke the beast up.
Literally.
You wake up the beast, that's your fault because you did it. And that's what I was mad. Only person that I've seen, fuck Shannon Sharp, fuck what's your boy name? Stephen A, all of them. Because we are the first people to attack our people and expect so much more from our people than we do their people. The only person to me that got this right, and I hate Max Kellerman.
Right.
He was the only person that got it right. He was out there, he was talking about how he felt like your boy should have got hit, suspended. He was the person that started it. You know what I mean? All everybody see is the helmet. That's all they see is the helmet. They don't see what's
all they see. They also see
a big black
man beat down the little white guy.
That's exactly what it is.
Come on, man. Keep it
exactly what it is. Because when they was
here we go. All right. Let's see what we got here. Welcome. This is True Grit.
What's up, man? Jamal, man.
What's going on, Mo?
I'm good, man. I'm enjoying this conversation tonight.
Yes, sir. Thanks for calling in, baby.
What side of the fence you on, Jamal?
Say that again?
I said, what side of the fence you on? Do you think Myles Garrett or Rudolph?
I'm gonna say this.
All right, go ahead.
I'm paying attention to highlights, reports, because the first thing I thought I said, did he say something else?
There you go.
But I did think that. But the one thing I realized, if he said something, Garrett would have said, man, he said this to me.
Yeah.
And we hadn't heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, so first of all, we always get about testosterone, adrenaline on the floor. Man, I think that suffering on the ground, wherever the hell it is, man, keep them testicles and all that stuff, man. And then you get up and this guy right here, you got a couple of dudes coming at you. I think all that's happening in the moment. I don't think it was intentional.
Right.
I do think, however, they're not giving enough attention to the quarterback.
Not at all.
Because the one thing for sure, the NFL protects the quarterback. That is the number one protected position in the NFL.
That's
right?
true.
On and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's why I gotta say, man, then I'm gonna ask you a question, man.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna put this out there. If for all the people, and I gotta say, man, right now, the reference to the whole cat thing, man, I ain't fooling with none of these jokers. Because I think they both of them full of it, right? But my thing is this: if people feel so strongly that Cat was mistreated, why you still watching?
Thank you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of people that stopped watching because of the cat thing. There's a lot of people. They actually lost. I think they did this because the ratings have been down in the last 2 years. No, I'm sorry. The last 3 years, the ratings went down. This last year, they started coming back up, but they still are looking bad in the public eye on a lot of fronts. So I think this was a PR stunt for the NFL. You know what I mean? I think they were trying to regain control of the situation. I don't think they thought cat people was going to react how they reacted.
I disagree. Let me tell you why.
All right.
Typically, when the Ravens first did, it was always during the election year. So the Ravens dipped around that time. Also, we got to take into account that the NBA ratings are going up. So you got to look what people are putting their attention to. And keep this one. The Kapernick situation was dead. Nobody was talking about it.
But you gotta understand something. It was dead to us, but they still feel like they lost.
Listen,
Business-wise, they still feel like they lost.
look, if we're minorities in this country, and I'm down a minority, minorities in reference to the NFL, right? Let's talk about black folks. And this is how a bunch of people start watching the NFL. Black people start watching because of Kaepernick.
Right.
They not hurt. Because I'm talking about our doubt. Because
I'm gonna tell you what scared them though.
They were the only people I don't know watch the NFL.
But I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what's funny though.
Respect, bro.
Remember we had what football league was that kicked off this year that they just smashed?
The X League?
No, not the XFL. The one that had them American something that had they had like 4 or 5 games and then they disappeared.
Right, I'm trying to think of the name of it.
It was a league that started earlier this year, right? The ratings for that first game scared the NFL. Then
They've been predicting the ratings for the NBA on the rise for the last years.
yeah, no. What I'm saying though is yes, the Kaepernick situation was dead, right? But when that other football league showed its face and they saw that the people started watching that league, like the ratings for that first weekend when that league debuted scared the NFL. And because of that, they actually took some people, and now if you look, and I can't remember the names, I got it somewhere because I was paying attention to it. Some of those people have been hired on NFL teams.
How does Kaepernick get a job, increase the ratings for the NFL? He's not already.
Listen,
For the people who don't like him, but let me just say this, man. Keep it real. For most of the people who do not like him, are covering him white.
But also the people that do like them are going to be women, and the women are the ones spending the money now. I said the majority of the people that's still caught up in this are the women, and the women are the ones spending money. Like, think about this. We've been in football so long. When we go to the games, we don't buy nothing no more. We've been there. We've done that. We're not going into the shops and spending no money no more. You understand what I'm saying? So he didn't care nothing about us. This wasn't a power move for the guys. This was a power move to get the women back. They lost more women, and the women had been running the league for the last couple of years. That's where the interference came in.
Kaepernick come back. So you tell how many people coming back?
Oh, I bet you. Listen. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. On Facebook today, I'm in like 6 groups, right? Just because of this whole thing, you should have saw just how many women on social media had been commenting on this. Now,
I know women who don't watch. Don't get me wrong. I believe that. But again, I'm coming back.
but you know more women. You know more women than dudes, right?
And I'm always trying to make them noise. They don't want no controversy. They don't want. I'm gonna tell you what to do with the NFL. This is what I'm gonna tell you, Captain. If I was a Donald Trump, I would have been a consistent football team with a quarterback that
Mm-hmm.
And with the second team that's not being replaced, I would have signed Kapernick to the third string. Right? I would have sent him a contract.
Yeah.
For third string quarterback. And then let him deny him the number. At a minimum contract.
That's all he was gonna get. They were saying his contract this year would have only been $350,000.
But keep in mind, hold on. He had 4 other opportunities that he messed up.
That's a lie.
So, okay, I'm gonna give you one. Did he wear that Castro t-shirt for Miami?
Yep.
Right? So again, we back to a t-shirt. What are you doing? You're messing with our demographic. You're messing with the people who patronize our brand. What company is gonna allow you to come in here and mess with the people who pay penny tickets? No company's gonna do that. You messed that up. This is a girlfriend, this woman, put up a fake picture with Steve Rashadi in them, and Ray Lewis to take on choice. I'm considering bringing you when you go to that thing. Oh, hell no. What did you say, Dave? No man gonna take a knee. Right?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
He's swallowing.
No, I'm waiting. I'm letting him get it on.
We're talking about being right, right? Okay, cool. We were considering bringing you in. Right?
That was a lie though. That was never. This is the thing. All of the stories that you had have been manufactured by the NFL. All the stories that you have been manufactured by the NFL. The Ravens was never gonna bring him in. That was what everybody wished for. Miami was never gonna bring him in. Denver was never gonna bring him in. And then everybody was like, well, why did he opt out of the 49ers contract? He was gonna be cut anyway. Listen, hold on.
Put up $1 million. He's never put up $1 million of my own money, right? For the cars and etc. The owner of the 49ers said, I'll put up $1 million too. And it was the meeting he was supposed to come to. And Kaepernick didn't come. Come on. If you're telling me you're looking for alliance, if someone is saying they're wanting to align with you and the workplace that you're a part of, and you don't come to the meeting to come to a hand in the meeting with them, come on, man, you think spending my money. You said it's a problem. You denied the contract, you stepped down.
So listen, right?
He got a number of good stuff.
I'm a 49ers fan, right?
Go ahead, bro.
Of the real kind. So that was all BS. They never intended on having that meeting. They never intended on doing anything with Kaepernick. Kaepernick did not fit what they needed or what they wanted bringing moving forward.
I got it. But let's talk about the optics. You go anyway and let them not be there.
But see, you understand?
Now you come back and say, you say you're going to do this? I can't. I'm at a good justice. Nobody was there. You can go back by just saying, hey, I'm committed. And I'm showing you my commitment. No one was there. Make them look bad.
But see, you gotta understand something about optics. The NFL controls the optics. Most of the people right now, because if you I looked at every news report this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that talked about it this morning put the spin on it that they want on it, especially Stephen A. And listen, he be in DC real soon, and I'm gonna have a personal conversation with him myself. Personal conversation, because he lost me.
With this one?
Completely. Yeah, he lost me with this one. Completely. Because he jumped the gun before he knew everything. And I don't like when he do that. He do it a lot. He completely jumped the gun.
So before he knew all what changed?
A lot changed.
What changed?
When the waiver came out and the details of the waiver,
mm-hmm.
right? Him as a black man
mm-hmm.
should understand more than anybody else why you don't sign that waiver. Listen, you can say you don't like the t-shirt he wore.
Mm-hmm.
You can say you don't like the fact that but you cannot
say Stephen A. being a black man as a commentator, and they don't align, bro. He's a black man.
He ain't a black man?
No.
He was born black, right?
He looked the part.
He gonna die black, right?
He looked the part.
So I give respect. Let's take Kaepernick. Let's take what happened with Miles Bridges, right?
Uh-huh.
The reality is, we look at black athletes in general in major sports, right?
Yeah.
The NBA in a large way has been about black athletes. Let me be very clear. I'm talking about a couple dudes out here, brothers too. I can't listen to this. It's like, damn, a black man do anything positive, you think, oh, he shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, what's his name? That's that whole show with damn, what's the fat dude name, dog? Yeah, all of them. That whole show make me sick. I know exactly what show you talk about.
There you go. Okay, I can't listen to this, bro.
I can't either.
If a black guy thinks he's not well versed enough to be taking that thing.
Yeah, you're right.
How do you know?
Yeah, you're right.
So again, we can go both ways. What I'm saying is, even the brothers and how sometimes a black athlete, but we can take it so further. How someone is just talked about, a black person talking about his image.
That's true.
Media.
That's true.
Right? So
You're right.
all of this stuff is we're doing conspiracy media. So we're looking at all that versus being the same. Right? And there's different aspects of where people speak positively about black athletes. But see on that the first thing you saw was really girls woman that has black and upside the head. You didn't see the other stuff for later.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, he's on the ground. He's on top of this white guy.
And that's the part that bothered me the most, and that's why I felt like we turned on him fast as hell, like we always do. All right, Jamal, look, I'm gonna thank you for calling in. We're gonna move on. I appreciate you. Keep listening. We got other callers trying to come through, but you made some good points. You actually had me stumbling a little bit, but I ain't never scared. I'm still gonna stick to my guns.
My man, hey Jamal, good looking, bro. Appreciate
All right,
you,
man,
yo.
good job. Thank you.
All right, now. Still standing in the stands.
I'm still gonna stand. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Because a lot of us would have signed that waiver and just went along with the propaganda.
The majority of them, yeah.
So I respected his decision.
Why did he go, though?
That part I can't understand. I can't even fight that.
Why go?
I can't
Forget
even fight
signing the
that.
waiver. If you don't go, if you home, sitting home chilling, or doing your workout, there's no waiver to sign because you're not there anyway.
But see, I think what he was also doing is he wanted to expose this.
Hit them lights, hit them lights, hit them lights.
I think he was trying to also expose them for the frauds that they are. Because see, listen to this. If he say no, I'm just not gonna show.
Right.
Then the whole story gonna spin. This is what we was talking about.
Then why wait to get this shirt?
Listen, I can't explain the shirt, Dave. I keep telling you, I don't know why I'm gonna buy one though still. Look, I don't know why.
You gonna wear to work on Friday?
I'm gonna wear it to work on Friday. You should see some of the shirts I wear. That.
Oh God!
Look at this one. Look at this one. I wish I could control or delete you.
It's Sunday, man.
That's what I do.
Where did you go?
I wear it. No, that's what I'm saying. I have worn this to work too.
Okay.
With no jacket.
My man.
I ain't scared.
Oh, here we go.
What we got?
Welcome, 443. This is True Grit Radio. What we got?
What's going on, Jeremy?
What's going on, man? Hey, Phil.
Hey, first.
Hey, man, that's all I can do. Good on your phone. I can do it.
Oh, for real? hey, Jeremy. Don't go here with the wild cracks, man. Get the Kapernick, man. Go on with all that slick talk.
Look, man, Kapernick at this point, bro, he done lost me. The dude, 3 years, he ain't got a shot at playing. Post on Instagram every week. I'm still out here. I'm training. I'm waking up 5 a.m. training 4 hours a day, every day. I'm ready. They supposedly give him a shot. 25 representatives from the team show up. 2 reputable head coaches show up.
Who are the two?
And Hugh Jackson, and I forget the other name.
Anyway,
Similar to what Michael Vick had 2 years back. Showed up to watch him work out. Michael Vick got back in the league after he got into that legal trouble.
Let me ask you a question, right?
They gave Kaepernick the same opportunity.
It's not the same.
He 3 hours before decided to change it up, switch it up. Oh, because supposedly they wouldn't let him film. He tried to say, you know, you wanted his life to create whatever life to say, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We weren't there, like, don't throw us in the middle of this. He had to go to a different location. Only 8 teams show up. And then at the end of it, talking about know your owners, you know, stop being kids, they can't rustle the truth. I'm ready, I've been ready.
I stay ready.
But this is the thing. And this is what I'm glad you brought that up. Show me the footage of who was there.
Show me the footage of what?
Of who was there. What team showed up? What representatives from the team showed up?
In the press conference at the end, when he said, "Hell with your owner, stop being," he was literally talking to the people there. They were still there.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Show me the footage of the owners and the representatives that showed up from the league at the Atlanta facility.
There were going to be no owners there.
No, that's what it was not. There was not going to be no coaches. Hugh Jackson is not even a coach no more, so we can't use him. There was no executives.
He comes to the Bengals.
He's what's the word?
He's not a head coach. He's not an assistant.
No, he's what the hell is he?
He's still a cabinet supposedly their team won his name of teams that were going to be there, and at least name of some reputable.
He's not.
Whatever.
He's a consultant.
They know what's going on.
Yes, Hugh Jackson is not a coach. He's a consultant.
Yes, he is a representative of the NFL team.
But what I'm saying is everything that you're saying to me, and this is my issue. Everything that you're saying to me is hearsay, right? Show me the footage where you saw them in Atlanta at the facility.
Well,
there is none.
I'll give you this then. I say show me the footage when he says I want to play for the NFL.
I ain't heard those words.
So why go?
But because he keeps saying he's ready. He's ready to play.
You ready for a piece of pie? What are you ready for?
What I'm saying is
You want to change cheese stuff?
what he feeding off of is what they putting out there. All these people that's talking.
Well, who feeding us? Say it again.
The world.
Yes. Go ahead.
At this point, can we not say Kaepernick is being he wants to get back in NFL. He's not in a position to make that happen himself, so he's trying to initiate something to make that happen.
I agree with that.
Which in turn makes him a beggar, but he's also trying to be a chooser. You can't be that. It don't work like that.
And to go along with that, Jeremy, it doesn't make him Kunta Kinte.
But that's what they want him to be.
It makes him Toby. That's what it makes him.
No, that's what no.
It makes him Toby, sir.
That's what they trying to make him do.
That's what he is. By him going to that meeting, that makes him Toby.
So it would be a whole different conversation if he didn't go to the meeting, right? If he would have said no, I think it's a setup. I don't believe it. What would we be saying then?
Me personally, I've been saying, why do you still want to play?
I don't understand why he still want to play.
So I wouldn't have questioned.
I'm gonna be honest with
If
you.
he said that, I'd have said, my man, about time. That's what I would have said.
I'm okay with him going. I'm okay with him questioning what they was trying to do next. They were trying to listen.
It's just like saying, you know
they
what?
are conglomerate, right?
I get
They were
paid to
trying
send
to
my people out, but how much is the check though?
But listen, no, it's not.
It's the same thing.
So listen, we would have had so much to say, like, man, this dude is whack. Wow. He been fighting to get in the NFL, then they give him a chance, and now he goes.
He been whack for allowing his people to keep pushing an agenda that's not real.
What's not real?
Him wanting to get in the NFL. He don't want to play,
You
man.
don't think he won't play?
No.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So his boy, right, his best friend, Eric Reed.
Yo, can we not talk about him?
Was at the workout with him.
He had to leave though, dog. He had a game.
No. Well, exactly. Look up. He had the same type of workout earlier last year before he got signed by the Panthers. He signed his waiver, did he not?
No, it was a total different waiver. That's what I keep trying to explain to you. If you read the words of the waiver and you read the contract, it was totally different. They said basically that you cannot sue us if you feel discriminated against, and then they put in there stuff about your team because they don't have workouts like this. He worked out when Art Reed worked out. He worked out for one team. The Panthers worked them out. What they do, they have their own set of waivers and stuff like that. But the waiver that they wanted him to sign was completely different, and it was not presented to them until the day of, which makes no sense.
All right, so let me ask you this: how do you know that?
Oh, I've been on it all day long because I wanted to see. I can't tell you everything, but I wanted to see. That's why I said in a couple weeks when he finally back in DC, me and Stephen A. gonna have some conversations.
Can we not agree here that both sides are full of it?
Both sides.
Absolutely.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with that. That's what I think people misunderstand it. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I'm saying is the reason I like the stance because most of us in that same position would have signed the waiver and signed our lives away. Think about how many times we've done it already in different situations. I respect the decision not to sign that waiver.
Well, he just it's been right? Because he doesn't really want to play.
I don't believe that.
He don't, man.
I don't believe that.
Just
This
like
is my
Joe
thing.
say, we didn't choose Cat. They chose him for us as the leader. Because he didn't choose to lead nothing. We put him on that pedestal.
That's the same thing with Jay.
He also said, what did he get us? Hyped up to distract us from any other real agendas, which is factual, right?
But they needed that.
Who needed it?
They needed it. Outside they needed it. Their side needed it. That's why he became a martyr. And we didn't make him. So I agree with what he said.
And that's why.
But what I'm saying, as a martyr, in most cases, we know 85% of the black brothers that would have been in that same situation would have signed a waiver and became two more people.
Yeah.
So my respect. Yo,
why would that be a bad thing if the guy wants to play that?
Because this is the thing. I don't think. Listen. I don't think he would have ever gotten back into the league. That's my honest opinion. But I don't think they was ever going to allow him back in the league. But what they needed to take off is they needed to take out the narrative that the NFL just doesn't want him back in. So they wanted to regain control of the whole situation. If he would have signed that waiver, they would have gave him the workout. The people that was really there would have saw the workout. And these people was probably like the equipment managers and stuff like that. They wasn't nobody real. Mm-hmm. So if you turn around and he signed that waiver, then there's no chance for him. And he goes in, he kills this workout, and then he don't get a job. Mm-hmm. Then they have another lawsuit of collusion. They wanted to take all of that off the table.
How that lawsuit?
That was in the write-up too.
It's an opportunity. It doesn't guarantee a workout. Doesn't guarantee nothing.
It doesn't. But they took it away from him. They took all his rights away.
What?
They took all his rights away.
Joe said he was never a great quarterback.
He wasn't. And this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Listen, as a Niner fan, this is what I told everybody.
Right.
I never liked his ball. We've had this conversation. I've never thought he was a great quarterback. Right. I've never said he was a great quarterback. And I was a Niners fan, and I watched the game. Right. I felt like he shouldn't have threw it Crabtree. He could have ran it in. Mm-hmm. We would have had a different conversation. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was wide open. That lane was open. He could have ran it in. Mm-hmm. That's what they've been doing all year. Why not run it right there? Whatever. But they wanted Ray to win one before he retired. Another conversation. But I never liked his balls. I never liked listen, can he run? Yes. But he throws like a pitcher.
A pitcher?
Everything is a low line drive. He don't have touch on the ball. I've said all of these things about him. I'm not saying this stuff as a Cat fan. Right. Cat was my quarterback. I know what he really is.
So look, as you say, at the end of the day, right, okay, he decided not to show up. He decided to hold his own workout. And he also decided to bring his own receivers, which is, cool, because he was walking the right to do that. Mm-hmm. The NFL apparently said that wasn't the issue. His receivers was dropping balls balls all over the field. I watched it, so I mean, yeah, it was doing something.
Well, the only one that was really dropping it was the one with that gray shirt on. That nigga was sorry.
Yeah, he was dropping.
He dropped everything. They was good balls, but he kept dropping everything. Yo dropped like 3 in a row.
That's like, you know, beside the point. At the end of the day, at the end of this whole workout, he then says, tell your owners, stop being scared. They can't run from the truth.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You hear that?
No, I heard all of that.
All of this and all of that. Did he do himself anything by talking like this? He was trying to get a job.
He didn't. He didn't. He
Yo,
didn't.
y'all better stop being scared. Y'all can't run from you.
You bitch.
We're ready. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Now, I will 100% agree that that statement should have never been made. That did not help him at all. It made it worse. It made me understand why he hadn't been talking.
Yeah, because he needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He said, I've been ready. I've been practicing. I've been ready. I stay ready. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you need to get ready for big. Go sleep.
And I now understand.
This conversation was hideous.
His best friend, Eric Reed, was also the same one that pissed off at JC for getting money with the NFL. While he's currently getting money with the NFL, and his girlfriend is posting memes of, you know, Django twisting stuff.
Yeah, that was crazy.
This whole team is stupid. If you want to work for this slave corporation, as they always go around, why are you constantly saying things that is shooting yourself in the foot? Like, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. Listen, I can agree with that. My stance was this. I respected him for not signing himself away. I respected him for deciding, because we all know too many people that would have been okay and just signed it to get along, to be along. You understand what I'm saying? That's where my respect. Now, do I agree? I do not agree with everything that has been going on. I do not agree with everything that has transpired in this situation. Do I still think he's better than we've seen some horrible quarterback play this year. Ryan Tannehill is now starting over Marcus Mariota.
He should be on the roster for sure.
He could, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. His skill set, he could absolutely be on the roster somewhere. You got Geno Smith as a backup somewhere.
A lot of these quarterbacks and a lot of these players that are on rosters also know how to put their mouths when they want to get a check from somebody. And he does not know how to put his mouth. His team don't.
It's not his team, it's his lady. We can tell the truth. It's not his team, it's his lady. She is the worst thing that happened to him. We can say his girlfriend.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, maybe not in his life, like in the life partner. She definitely rides with her.
Yeah, she rides for him, but what I'm saying is, as far as the NFL goes, she's the worst decision he could have made. Yeah.
He could have been on the Ravens 2 years ago. Really? If you really want to it's just like, no, you gotta know how to shut up if you want to take somebody's money.
You're right.
I agree on thin ice, honestly.
I don't know what I don't even understand Eric Reed. I don't even know why he still be talking.
Eric Reed is a clown.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's still talking, dog. I can't stand him because he talking about his ass.
He's talking about Stephen A is a sellout for this. They need to sell out for clubs. So what are you? You literally have to leave the work on early to go play for the same team, for the same organization that you're calling these other men sellouts for supporting.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't. That's why I say I don't even want to talk about him.
All of these excuses that everybody's throwing out there, I think too much stupidity for this game. You just 100% believe that it's all the NFL. Like, no, it's not.
No, see, listen. I think both sides play a part in it, right? Like
the NFL got the goal.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they like, bro, we did what else.
They got the bag, man.
Yeah.
They got the bag.
I just feel like both parts have made some steps that don't make sense. I just, like I said, I respected him for not signing it. Now, the speech at the end, the Kunta Kinte shirt, I thought was cool. I'm going to get one. I'm actually looking for it online if anybody knows how to find
You
it.
wear it on Monday?
I'm gonna wear it. I will wear it.
Once you go to Kapernick's IG page, I'm pretty sure he got a link.
I'm not following Kaepernick. I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. But what I'm saying is, I respected the decision because we all know too many brothers.
Good.
That's why we got so many states turned witnesses because they would have signed that paper to say their life. I respected that part of him being a man and making his decision.
Why did he go?
Did he hang up?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, Jeremy!
I agree with you, Touche. I can agree with you, Touche. I respect it.
Hey, Jeremy!
It's to him, but why go if you aren't going to use you if you get on the team?
Because he didn't know all of the parameters until he got there.
Can get the other one.
Jeremy, so there?
I'll figure it out.
You hung up on
My bad, man.
you hung up on you just made a decision in life. Life decision. See, this is what we talk about. Listen, I am not supporting Cat. I'm not a fan of Cat.
He said the phone cut me off.
I'm not a fan of.
It did, bro. My bad. It was trying to, another one was trying to come through or something.
I'm not a fan of Cat the quarterback, right? But what I am a fan of is the decision that he made.
This
You're not signing.
You know, I hate you better anyways.
Who we got?
All right, that's the same number. Cool.
All right, go.
All right. Welcome. This is True Grit Radio 443. Who we talking to?
Yo, it's back.
What it do, Bass? How you feeling, man?
What's going on?
You know, I actually can see both points. I mean, now that you stated what his point of view was, and I was lost there for a minute, I can respect that point that Kaepernick didn't sign his life away. But I also see Jeremy's point where Kaepernick is kind of lost here. And I think the reason why, because it's turned into a circus.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, it's turned into a circus. And I think the point that most people are forgetting, no matter who your employer is, if your employer is an international employer outside the country, whether the employer is an Asian man, a black man, a white man, most employers are not going to let their employees dictate the flow of the product and dictate the brand as they would like the brand to be represented. So
That's true.
Kaepernick made his point. He nailed and did what he did. So, okay, fine. He did that. I mean, that was much needed. Fine. But he continued to go on with these comments, telling them to stop being kids, tell your owners to stop being kids. Like,
Right.
I think, and I'm gonna say this, Bax. At that point there, I understand why a lot of people are like, you know what, I'm out of this. You know, because I didn't understand the purpose of the statement.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for a long time, I was one of the ones that's saying, like, why don't this dude speak up? Why don't he say something? You understand what I'm saying? But now after he said something, I'm like, yo, should have just shut up.
Once he started talking.
Yeah.
And you know, clearly the football thing seems like it's pretty much done. I'm assuming that, I don't know, maybe that's done. But now the work that he's done on the civil rights side, he's actually changed that thing.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He's a total stack because of how he's presenting himself.
Yeah.
It's one thing to take a stand, plant your feet in the ground, draw your line, you took your stand, you say what you have to say. He's just going on and on and on and on now. It's becoming babble. It's becoming whiny and crying.
And it's starting to overshadow though the real message that he was supposedly standing up for.
I'm kind of with Jeremy there. I think I've been in his corner, and I still appreciate what he did by bringing attention to the issues at hand.
Yeah.
He kind of lost me there, man. He kind of.
No, I think, but and listen, I think a lot of people feel that way. I think a lot of people was lost about how it went down. So this is all I would ask for them, right? I I ain't had no problem with him not. Just this right here, this statement is just for Dave. He could have worn a different shirt or had his jacket on. All right, that's just for Dave. But what I would have wanted from him to do, because I looked at the thing, I looked at it, right? And he looked like the Kapernick. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked his deep ball yesterday better than I liked his deep ball when he was playing for the San Francisco 49ers. Because his deep ball yesterday had air under the ball. Somebody has been working with him. Yeah, but his deep ball when he was playing with us was a straight line because his arm is strong as crazy. But everything, he threw a lot of interceptions because he never put any trajectory on his ball. But yesterday he had some loop on his ball, so I like the deep ball. So I was okay with that. What I wanted him to do after the workout is walk off. Yeah. Because you did not look bad. So you winning. Once you opened your mouth, you tainted everything that just happened.
You opened your mouth. When you opened your mouth, you said but.
Yeah.
And then canceled everything before that.
I don't really know what that was. I mean, he just talked to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it made no sense.
He didn't sound like he had no education, man.
It didn't sound like he sounded like a thug that was angry.
Yeah.
He sounded like an angry thug that was just trying to say something to say something. It made no sense. And if nothing else, he should have had his agent speak for him. He should have had somebody else speak for him. I would have been okay with that.
You should have had Kunta speak for him.
Shut the hell up. I would have been okay with the read Rainbow. I would have been okay. I would have been okay if he just left the workout and never said anything. Because you did what you did. You let the people see. We see you can still throw the ball.
Yeah.
He looked to be in decent shape. You can throw the ball. That's all they needed to see. You didn't need to say not 2 words. It been done. But he tainted everything else by this.
Hey, Joe asked, what will change when we go to bed tonight?
Nothing.
Not a motherfucker.
Not a goddamn thing. He's still listen, I don't think this was ever to get him back in the league.
No,
I think this was for the NFL to regain what they thought they lost and control the narrative. Because once the settlement was done, he could then start speaking, his team could start speaking. If he would have signed that waiver, everything would have been hushed. And they wouldn't have been able to say nothing.
But you know what? The mere fact that he showed up at the field was ridiculous and asinine, in my opinion.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you this. For a lot of people, they were glad he showed up.
But then he should have walked off and said nothing.
He should have walked off.
Destroyed everything.
And now that's what I agree with.
Destroyed everything.
I agree with that. I agree, but this is my thing. As the NFL, because they want to control everything. Right. The reason that they did what they did the reason they did what they did because they didn't want no media outlets in there outside. They only wanted their people to record. Okay. His people couldn't record. That's because they could have had 100% control over everything that went out. Sure. To all 32 teams, and they could have made him look however they wanted him to look. They could have replayed the dude in the gray shirt. I don't even know who that is. I hope they don't release his name because nobody will pick him up because he dropped everything. But that's the only thing I remember. That dude dropped every ball, almost. But those are the things. So now, if you kept sending that to people, they're going to be like, oh, no, we're going to go ahead fast. So him taking the control back was good, but once he opened his mouth, he ruined all of it.
Honestly, they want you to fight a superficial fight.
The official fight?
No, honestly, they want you to fight a superficial fight, and Cap is the face of said fight.
That's true. I believe that. Like, this is the thing. We never chose him as a martyr for us. They chose him as our martyr.
No, we chose because they put it out there, and guess what we did? Catapulted. I mean, I feel you.
So I feel like the women chose Cap.
The women and the men. Well, because the men
you chose because you stopped watching.
The men, I chose for what he stood for.
Yeah. So you chose.
I could care less who he played for, or who he was as a person.
You chose.
I chose what he stood for. You know what I mean? And
but see, this is the thing, and
I took mine and went past that because it's bigger than what he's talking about.
And I look at it different ways too because I am a veteran, right? So I never felt disrespected.
Right.
I'm a veteran that don't always stand up for the song when it come on.
You should have stand up anyway. Anytime.
Now I'm telling you, when I was in, hold on. When I was in my, I had to. We ain't had no choice. But like now,
you chose to be in there, so you.
I chose the military. So guess what? I gave up my choice.
There you go.
But now, when it come on, I'm like this, dog.
Why? But you're affectionate, so why don't get up?
That's why I don't get up.
So I
know some of the truth.
You don't hold up the limit. You know a lot of truth. You know some.
I know some of the truth. You know what I mean? I know how we were looked upon. I know how, you know what I mean? I know how we still treated in the military. It's an out for a lot of us. Let's get it straight.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of good stories, but we also know it's a lot of bad.
It's more bad than good.
And
I've never been in the military.
It's a lot more.
You know what I mean?
So, listen. So I never felt disrespected. I feel like, and I never understood why the NFL adopted, because they even run military commercials like never before, during halftime and all that kind of stuff.
Well, help my daddy out with his leg on, so that.
What kind of shit is this?
What?
What just happened?
First of all,
what just happened, dog? Bats gone? Did Bats hang up?
No. Bats?
He hung up.
There you go. That's good.
Maybe he should have talked some sense to your ass just now.
That's a commercial.
I ain't never seen no
You didn't see the commercial of the little white girl saying, help my daddy out, and his leg was half gone. You didn't see that? That wasn't no shit or no joke. It's an actual commercial.
I ain't never
seen nobody say nothing like that.
That goes to show.
You know what's sad?
What channel you
She
watch?
saw the commercial. She can't look in my face. She looking at the damn wall.
I don't even want to look at you because you just said it out your mouth like.
Because I saw the commercial.
All right, so listen. All right, so we're going to jump into something else. We're going to just keep it going. We're going to end it with this one. Because let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do we want to do y'all Baltimore?
Oh, now it's back to Baltimore.
Yeah, it's back to y'all. Jack fucked me up. I was
last
representing hard last couple weeks.
representing.
I was all in.
Right. The NFL, the military, because the NFL is check, right? But don't do nothing for the veterans to come back home. You know how many dudes that sit in my office and go, how do you feel, man? There's no way in the world. No way in the world, man, I can go and sign my name in blood and come back home to nothing. I would go crazy, so I understand how they lose their mind. There's no way.
If you can get a 560 credit score, you can get a house.
Man, if I go over there, because guess what? I'm not going, right? So if you go, you win, right? I ain't going, so thank you. I appreciate you, bro. When you come back, everything is granted to you, because I ain't going.
That's what you was talking about, because I was talking about falling out.
Did
Did you ever do research?
You know I look at
Why did he look it up?
You want to talk about your boy, though?
Looking for what?
You want to talk about Jack?
Why
Or
you
want to talk
look it
about
up for
T.I.?
the fallen oceans? You wanted to know so bad. Why you look it up?
Because he thought I was
This is
lying.
what I did look up.
He thought you was
I'm sorry. I didn't look up. The conversation was heard and it was brought to my attention.
Yeah.
And it showed how your foot could be up and then
Yeah.
fall flat.
Right.
My question still remains. If your foot had an arch to it and the arch fell, your skin has to stretch. It has to. So if it's stretching, maybe that's the pain you feeling, sir. Where's the pain at? If it's
When
not
your
your foot.
arch fall, you know that it's bones and ligaments in that. So
Sure.
that's the pain he's feeling. It's not the stretching.
So you mean to tell me if your foot is in the upper position?
When it goes flat,
what size should you wear?
it's
It depends.
This nigga, man. Wow, if you got an arch and out, motherfucker?
It's tissue wide enough.
all right. Let's leave it alone.
No, we're not.
Go ahead and move on. Y'all so
I was going to say, I wanted to see where he was going with this.
Because your foot, if it's up, then it's down. It has to spread. If it has to spread and the skin isn't spreading,
But
then
the
it's pain.
bones and the ligaments in it is what's causing the pain because they're no longer formed to hold that arch there.
I gather that too.
Right, but it's not the skin being stretched. That's just like when we have babies. When our skin stretched, it doesn't hurt. That's just like when you drink so
And they go
much
back.
Your
beer.
stomach is
When you-
designed to stretch. Your foot don't
Okay.
stretch because your foot is what it
But
is.
what I'm saying to you is, so if his foot goes flat from being sitting up,
Right.
it's going. Don't you think it would wrinkle up if it goes flat instead of being like
Watch
this?
this. When you have a seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You not your gluteus maximus spread a little bit.
No.
You
That's too
slide.
tight for you.
That's another conversation.
Now she in the gym 24/7.
I ain't never been at 24/7.
What I'm saying is this because your ass will spread some because it's designed to. Your foot does not. Your foot is what it is.
All right, but I'm telling you, it's the bones and ligaments in his foot that's causing the pain.
I gather
not
that.
the skin.
But the skin has to stretch. No?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. How much work in the wheelchair to
So you fucking shit.
Can I ask you this, man?
Jack Young or T.R.?
We can do Jack now because here's my question, man.
I'm listening.
To stop a lot of crime in the city, why do the Baltimore City police do not patrol on foot at night?
Oh, I think I know the answer. They scared.
They on my
They scared anyway.
They on my street.
They go on Marvin Street. They on in like Charles Village. They have little private sectors. But I'm saying in the whole of the city, to eliminate crime, don't put them little blue lights out. That's all in your windows. You can't go sleep at nighttime because the shit's shining through, right? Walk the beat, man. That's it. And TRU. I ain't saying solo. It's the death wish is solo.
But is there enough of them to do that?
Yes.
Says who?
Says me.
Oh. Is there enough though?
It's enough. Yeah, it's
I
enough.
don't believe
I
there's
thought there was a police shortage.
Yeah, it is.
There's a police shortage, but it's always overtime. So in the overtime, walk the beat sometime, man. That's it. The overtime is always excessive,
Yeah,
correct?
They, I mean, they out there, but they're not out there.
Do you
enough.
feel like more officers should be patrolling at night than during the day?
I say even tonight, yes. Evening and throughout the night.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Once the street lights come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got some crime during the daytime, right? But just like anything else, you work in child care, it's the same situation. 3 to 11, the majority of the shit go down.
Yes.
Don't never really have them during the daytime instead of
They
the head,
occupied.
once in the blue. Right, they occupied. 3 to 11, everything goes down, and you have shit that trickle over throughout the night, but it's not as heavy from 3 to 11. Walk the beat, man. Try that. You want to have faith walks? We have faith walks in 12 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
There is no faith because everything is same then.
Yeah.
When the police may walk with the mayor at some point in time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about 100 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When are those guys, what post did they come off of
For you to walk.
that's negated now for you to walk with the mayor at this point in time?
Mm-hmm.
If you can do that, then you can very well walk at night and in the evening, man. You don't have to be in the car. You got radios.
So do you think the police commissioner is in over his head, or he didn't know what he signed up for, or because we're not shooting the show? We know that.
I think that at the end of the day, it is a business. And if you allow the detriment to continue to boil over, it spills over into revenue.
And gentrification.
So, and he's a part of that. So if your men are not patrolling the streets on foot, right? Mm-hmm. Because you have the weaponry, so there's no reason why you can't. You have the outer gear for the climate. Mm-hmm. So I mean, what's the issue? At the end of the day, you want to stop crime, have them dudes walk the beat. The same way if you outside and you and your homeboy doing something stupid, the police roll by, you stop. Mm-hmm. When they leave, you continue. Yeah. Walk the beat. It's a deterrent in any aspect. Anyone.
So do you think the mayor has to put together a plan, or it should be on the police commissioner, or?
It should be the police commissioner, and if the mayor, because the police commissioner reports to the mayor, if the commissioner doesn't do it, then the mayor should see fit. But he's hoping that, by being so cold outside, they won't fight because they don't want enough luck because it's too chilly.
So that's why they put out guns. Well, his boxing idea.
Well, maybe he figured that it's so cold that the gun will lock up and freeze or something, because it's bird.
Oh, listen, like he said, he the one shooting motherfucker.
That was oh my God.
Can you knock him for that response though?
Hell yes.
Why?
Because he chose the seat that he's in.
Did he choose it or was he voted in?
No. He wasn't voted in.
How'd he get it?
Because they got rid of the other shit.
Sir,
So
he was bumped up.
He was bumped up.
But he was still voted for city council.
But listen. He was
Let's
voted,
start there.
Yeah,
he was voted in.
He was voted.
How he get there?
So once he chose.
How did he get there?
He chose. Hold up. Also, he was voted in. That's
he was next to the man.
Right. He was just bumped up for commissioner, right?
No.
I mean
for
mayor.
Right.
But I'm saying for him to be in the
But
city
he
council.
chose to be in public office, right?
No, he's not chosen. He's chosen.
But no. Yes, he's chosen.
He's chosen.
He chose to run. You can be chosen but you can't be chosen unless you choose to run, right?
But sir, if you don't have the attributes that we need to fulfill this job, we're not going to choose you.
Let me ask you a question. You still gotta put your name on that ballot.
He chose to be in city council.
You
Yes,
gotta
I
put
understand
your
what you're
name.
saying.
He was
Oh,
voted
yeah,
to be
yeah.
in city council,
But
but the masses voted him in.
But he chose to run.
He chose to run.
What's wrong with that? I don't like that.
What I'm saying is he chose to run.
I don't like that.
So that's what he chose to do. So this is what he chose to do. Yes, he was chosen by the people. Yes, but he chose to put himself in this hat.
You hear yourself?
Yes, do you hear me?
That's why I keep questioning, like, yo, what are you saying? He chose to run, yes.
He chose to be.
But if he was not elected by the masses, he would not be where he is. So I don't negate how he sounds because the masses obviously sound the same.
No.
They have to have the same conversation because you elected this man.
You elected him to sit in
And say, I'm not.
city council, where we would have never heard his voice.
Say that again. Say that
So you
again.
elected him for city council, right?
Right. And you would have what?
You would have never had to hear his voice.
So obviously you wouldn't listen to him from the gate. You couldn't have been listening because you wouldn't have voted him in. What are you saying?
Whoa, hold up. That's totally different.
How?
Because his responsibility as city
Do
council
you
president.
say his verbiage changed from position?
No, but this is what the job does, though.
But his conversation was still idiotic, I guarantee.
I guarantee you it wasn't. He probably listen. A conversation that
man.
a conversation that you have amongst us is going to be different than a conversation that's scripted. Now we getting too much airplay, and so now we hear his personal
You
conversation.
say it's scripted. So are you saying that he didn't say it's too cold, they're not going to fight, or that was written and he wrote and
No.
he read what was
Listen
written?
to what I'm saying. Listen.
You said it was scripted.
I'm gonna say it slow.
Come on. I'm sure what's your but your man got down here. Oh, it's cold outside.
What I'm saying is most of their things are written for them when they know they're gonna be in front of people, right?
Right.
He is getting too much airplay now. He's always in front of the people.
There's no such thing.
I'm telling you right now.
There's no such thing, man.
For a minute, listen. What do you mean?
There's always someone to speak for you. So there's no such thing as too much airplay.
Nobody's writing for Jack right now.
There's no such thing. I didn't ask you who's writing, but there's no such thing as too much airplay because you always have a spokesperson that's supposed to spoke.
Yeah, think about
Where
this.
is
Think about this.
spokesperson at?
Where's spokesperson? Well, I'm running for man.
Cause they
Who?
should.
Lil Brandon?
No, not Lil Brandon. I feel sorry for Brandon.
Lil.
I feel sorry for Brandon. Because I know he's a good dude. And I know he mean well.
Why you call Lil Brandon though?
You called him over.
I didn't.
And you said don't do Little Brandon like
you.
Listen, I just don't feel like he's ready.
he's not ready.
He's not ready. No, I just don't. I like the young brother. I love what the direction he's going in. I just do not think he's ready for Baltimore City.
None of it's right.
And I think he is going to be eaten up and swallowed by Baltimore City. Because he's a kind-hearted dude and he wants the best. Those are the ones that they corrupt the worst.
Okay. Felicity said she went to the city council meeting and said they had 400 openings for police.
I told you, yeah, they understand, dog.
I'm not knocking that, but if you're doing overtime, put some of that on the foot patrol. I'm not knocking that is sure. I'm not knocking that. But put some of that on the ground. Boots on the ground in the east.
This is the thing. First off, listen to this. First off.
Well, that's what happens when you get somebody being convicted of being criminal activity.
That's what I was saying.
That's why I said that's
when you continuously find, a reason to lock up the youth in the city, right? When you continuously do this, when you always find a way to have a conviction on somebody, right? Misdemeanor or whatever, all right? Then you're always gonna have shorts. And then when the murder rate continues to go up, you definitely not bringing nobody in from nowhere else to work on these streets of Baltimore City. So you get to a place where you're gonna always be short because you don't have nobody in the city. You ain't gonna have nobody in the city that can work, and you definitely not gonna have no outsiders that want to come here. That's the same reason why your teachers falling short. It's the same cycle, but you find a way to give everybody charges.
Welcome. This is True Grit Radio 443. Who we talking to?
This back again. Y'all take 2 time callers in one show.
You great, yeah. We got 2 for 1 special.
What you got for this one?
So I wanted to chime in on this conversation about Jack Young. So I worked in city government for a minute, and so I'm going off experience, and I'm going off what I know of myself.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it that Jack Young has a heart for the people. There's no doubt about it that his actions have demonstrated that. Now again, I'm going off of history. I'm going off of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
If we think that there are only 40 or 50 rec centers now, without Jack Young having been in the mix, there probably would be no rec center, right? However, to you all's point, when Big Brother get on that screen, his rating is the worst.
Oh my God.
I don't know what has happened.
David.
Somebody has to counsel him, man, on that.
Yeah.
He just comes across as fighting and snippy and kind of short, and man, that's not his heart.
Yeah.
That's not. I've seen the work that he's done. I've seen that he's a person of the people.
Right.
I've seen all of that up close. Like get the filters on TV and what's projected. I've seen the work that he's done for myself.
Yeah.
The problem is his presentation, man. Sometimes when they catch him in the worst spot,
David.
they possibly can play.
And I'm gonna tell you,
He looks condescending often. He looks contrary. And it's just not a good look for somebody who's been serving Baltimore City for 20 plus years.
yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you though, and that's one of the things. Like, and they keep every sound bite that he got is so negative on him. But we gotta understand that the people that's controlling the media also don't want Jack Young around but for so long.
Absolutely, and it's something I tell my interns. You know, if you don't know how to speak and if you don't know how to write, then people will never see the initiative that you have. They'll never see your heart. They'll never see the good work that you want to do in the community because you can't speak, you can't write. These are fundamental skills that you don't.
I'm gonna tell you this.
And you can't even get people to see your heart or where you're coming from.
And look, I'm from the old school, so I'm a Sheila Dixon fan, right?
Right.
A lot of people,
No doubt.
because I knew what her heart was for Baltimore City.
Right.
Now, when she got caught up in that O'Malley crap, where people started looking at her different and funny because all she really did was take a stance. And this is what people don't understand. I don't care nothing about no goddamn old cards, no Best Buy gift cards. Because if you really look at what she did with the gift cards, she did what she was supposed to do with the gift cards. If they could only get you for one gift card, two, whatever. But when they got rid of her, when they got rid of Ed Norris, when they started breaking down the people in Baltimore City that was me, and listen, I don't tell nobody, I tell the truth. When I was still kind of in the streets playing around, Ed Norris was a nuisance. But from that side, Ed Norris was but Ed Norris was what the city needed at the time. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They have gotten rid of the people that care. They have constantly gotten rid of the people that care, and they went for the money. When they went and got that damn Stephanie Rawlings Blake and her father took that money out of Morgan State and took it down to UMBC. When they did all of that is when they really killed the city of Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that news people, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
They had already started building up more. Now Morgan State look real good right now, but they had already started building up Morgan State, and Stephanie Rawlings Blake took that. Father took that money and took it to UMBC, and that's when the city started going down. If you look at from the time that Rawlings Blake got into office to now, you'll see the difference in Baltimore City. We couldn't keep a police commissioner after Ed Norris left. We probably had, y'all probably had like 9.
Yo, boy, you something up. You gotta pick a side.
I'm just being real, man. Like,
And
I don't think, and all I'm saying right now is Jack Young on paper look way better than he do presenting the people.
Probably, yeah.
Everybody like Brandon, but Brandon is not ready.
He ain't ready, man.
He's not ready because Baltimore will chew you up and spit you out so fast. And he's still young in his career. I think he still has a promising career. But if he take on this mayor, if he becomes the mayor right now, I think it's going to ruin him.
he ain't as bad.
No, he's not as bad as Jack. He's not as bad as Jack, though, dog. Hey, Bats, how you feel about Brandon?
I'm not sure.
But you stepped on the attack or something?
I've been good. I can't say I've been bad, but I have some reputation. So I'm gonna, because I've been good, I'm gonna reserve my opinion. I'm gonna hold on to that.
I think he's done a lot of good, and I think his focus is the youth movement, which is great. But I still will say he's not ready to relieve Baltimore City. And I think because people know his name, he may get propelled to that position. But I don't think it's a good idea.
You know, TJ is running for mayor. Jeremy said, you don't like TJ? He's a spokesperson for the city.
Yeah. Every time I see that brother, I'll be like, this dude about to lie. I don't know, man. He just looked like he lied. Yeah, you gotta lie when you work for the man. Every time you got to do, you especially when Shooter got killed. Everybody talked about Shooter live.
Well, the commissioner said that the case was closed, and then he came back and said, no, he used the wrong verbiage. You see that?
I didn't see that. I don't tell news.
What you laughing at? Your brain
listen. No, hey, look, Jeremy. No, you can have TJ to yourself. I'll go for your man first.
Who that?
So.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll vote for him first.
If you was over.
If I was over. Okay. Yeah, my vote don't count anymore. You don't even vote.
For said reasons. For said reasons.
Martin was rolling over in.
Martin was his grand, he's still thinking about the white girls he's playing with. He ain't thinking about me, okay? Let's be clear.
Hey, Bass, how you know, Dave?
Y'all.
Is he still there? Oh, he got hold up.
Hey, Bass.
How you know Dave, man? How you meet Dave? Where you meet him at?
Oh man, we gonna turn this into a tour of history.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how he still got friends, though. I'm trying to figure it out, man. This dude, something wrong with him.
This what I said. It ain't for everybody, but I stand with him at all times.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that?
My man.
You know what's crazy? I feel the goddamn same way. And that's what's sad.
My man.
He is not for everybody. He is not. But I'm always having his back.
Select few.
Yeah, I'm always having his back.
Yeah.
I be trying to tell everybody the truth about him.
A person is never gonna wonder where they stand with.
That's true. That's true story.
There you go.
True story.
I
Yeah, that's a true story. You wonder? Oh.
Like Steve, you know. Isn't she lovely?
All right, man. We already appreciate
All right,
it, man.
Take it light, bro.
All right, we got. Since y'all done with Jack, and I'm mad he even brought up TJ. TJ ain't even in the race.
Huh?
TJ ain't even in the race. So listen,
You
dog.
trying, man. You
Are
trying
y'all-
to
so-
make a name for
Let
yourself.
me ask y'all this.
Uh-huh.
We talked about T.I. You was okay with his part.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Pornhub?
About what?
I think that Pornhub did what any business would do and see an opportunity and try to make something of it. I think that I look more towards what he has to say, if it's real or not.
Yeah.
I look toward what he has to say in response to that.
Because he has to.
It's not a choice.
Yeah, he could not respond.
Yeah. He
I've
got
been
to say
waiting.
something, man.
I've been waiting to catch his podcast because he has to address
But
it.
see, I'm not even waiting for that, because the same way you tried to wild out who's my man that went at what's the girl name? Nipsey Hussle lady.
Oh yeah.
What's the young dude
He
that
just
went at
got
her?
3 years, right?
Right. I mean, he
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black. He came right at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without nothing. So I need him to respond to this expeditiously.
Yeah, how about that?
You know what I mean?
So you ain't heard about Pornhub? They offered his daughter $1 million
$1
to use her virginity on the site.
But you know what's crazy though? For me, a lot of folks looked at that negatively, but do you know how many girls that would take that and run with it?
Yeah.
The same amount that was signed that waiver for the NFL. So they want to sit and talk about what they said instead of the other. They decided and took
I'm gonna
that.
tell you this, nigga have a whole lot of subscribers right now to lose their virginity on TV.
I'm trying to tell you. They done did it for $1.25. $1 million? Shit. $1.25, man. Man, please.
Why we talking today?
You know why? Because I'm going to tell you the real. That's why.
Dog, but when I saw this report, I was like, yeah, I think it's fake. Right?
Why would you?
I just did. Because I just did. I was hoping it was fake. But I think Pornhub.
Kardashian got to start like that.
I didn't even
But it was
see
leaked, though.
Anyway.
That wasn't leaked, man. That was planted. Even, what's my man?
Ray J?
No. Lawrence Fishburne door. They offer us some money. She did a couple videos. I got a few of them, like 2 of them.
No, I ain't.
She's legal. Don't look at me like that, man. She's legal.
I'm looking at you because of whatever that is.
You know what I mean? That's all good. You can judge me how you want to. Right? It's not going to change.
No,
But it's legal. You know what I'm saying? And she took the check against her father's will or wishes, right?
Do you cut off from the money after that?
Now, see, and there lies the issue, because at the end of the day, I really think that she's doing what she's doing because her father is taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a way to cut that purse string. Here's $1 million for you. What you want to do, short?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She got a decision to make. I don't think she's going, because Pop can still, surpass that without issue.
Right.
But by him coming out and saying something, it put more pressure on people like that versus I think the community. I think young people know that, oh, yo, he ain't playing. Whereas, capitalists trying to capitalize.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
But he gotta say something.
He
And I'm not waiting for no podcast. Say something now.
Yeah, he should have.
See, y'all call in, man. We had 570.
Yeah, I was when I first read it, and when I first read it.
But you read it well because I haven't seen it.
It's everywhere.
Where? I haven't seen it.
See, if I put Pornhub.
Never mind.
Did you find it?
If
I put Pornhub.
Listen to every other time, and you're not from here.
Oh, they saying that they didn't offer her that.
You put your house like a bird, man.
So Melissa, stop calling.
But see, here's the thing, though.
Ain't she in Carolina?
Even yo.
Oh, wait a minute.
See here, she Baltimore.
They said they didn't offer
She in the city or
her.
county?
Right here.
Okay.
Her opinion doesn't count.
The VP said they didn't offer her that.
Oh, Pornhub VP says they did not offer. I told you it was fake.
But watch this. I don't care. I don't care if it's fake or not. He still has to, because at this point, now you're making a mockery of my parental judgment.
I mean, yeah,
He has to say something.
But see now,
about that.
so now this is the
He has to.
So now it's not gonna have the same validity though.
But you still have to say something.
He does have to address it. He
Yes.
does, because it's about it's about respect at this point.
Yeah.
But so he does have to say something, but I don't think the message is gonna be as powerful as if they did offer it. His message would have had to touch so many levels.
The message
Because
can be inclusive though.
Yeah.
Had they had made it, it would have been blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but it wasn't gonna be. So if they did make the offer, the message was gonna have to not just be for his daughter. It was gonna have to be for a lot of people.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying? But now he can address the fake news of it. You know what I mean?
So it still has to be for his daughter and every
other. It does, but it's not. I don't think it's gonna carry as much weight as if it was.
It did, because just like you say, you know how many girls been up there and trying to sell their ass on. So he has to say it for the masses.
They ain't get the million.
No, I'm fucking cool.
They might not get that.
Right? They say $40.
You got a $40.
$4 in the bus bag. Huh?
I ain't heard.
Remember Reebok girls back in the day?
You got it.
Remember that? Look at her face. She remember.
They say you gotta get a certain amount of views to get the check.
Reebok girls from back in the day.
You remember Reebok
You know what I mean?
girls?
You gotta get a certain amount of views to get the check.
Cool.
Or for that's allegedly what I heard.
What? Why y'all still talking about that?
No,
Everybody make me spit this board over this board over here.
No, that's what I heard. Like you gotta get a certain amount of views in order to get a check. Huh?
Where you hear that?
This story.
Who you had that conversation with?
I don't remember.
He probably denied his payout.
Yeah.
He probably emailed me. Give me my second.
I'm thinking that because I don't. Why are you having that
Send me
conversation
views
with
like that.
somebody?
I don't know, but it definitely came up before.
Who you had
I don't
that
know.
conversation with?
I don't remember. I don't remember. But I know it came up.
He's
So
a born CEO.
yeah, so how do you get money again?
You probably with my check.
With my
You said it's a month
All I
turnaround.
had to do
Right.
was sign this paper.
You signed the waiver.
Sign the waiver.
You said it had to be.
Yo, but I'm gonna tell you all this. Like, if that was real, I feel like he should hit somebody in the mouth.
Yeah.
He'd have had to fight somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it was just one of the actors on Pornhub. He'd have had to fight
Somebody got a demonstration.
Somebody had to. At this point, I think he can fight somebody in general.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate disrespect, dog. I don't know how else you can go about that. There's no way of saving face. You gotta fight.
Wow.
What else you got? Yeah, but so I got an issue with all of these kind of You got the TIs.
Mm-hmm.
You got your Jay-Z, right? And I'm trying to think who else out there. Because you only, I was going to say Meek Mill, but I can't say Meek Mill. Just because, you know how a lot of us are looking to these entertainers to be voices for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I've noticed is because T.I. took his time in jail and read a lot of books. You can hear that when he speaks, you know, all the big words he uses. So you know where that comes
He
from.
was doing it before he got locked up.
He was locked up before he got in the public eye.
Right.
That's what he did. That's when he did his real time. But no, what I'm saying though,
That's real.
We look at these guys, even Colin Kaepernick, we look at these guys and public figures to be the voice for us, right? But I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to look at a lot of them differently. Because this is one thing I would say about T.I. is he's always in the forefront. You always get T.I. quotes. You understand what I'm saying? Like you hear T.I. talking. Where Jay-Z, all you saw was that stupid interview where you was like, what is he talking about? Now, you're man, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to tell you, I hated Charlamagne the God. Why? For years. Why? Son, he was like the number one clown on my book. Like he was just clowned out.
When he first came out?
When he first came out, dog.
When he first came out, he may have been a clown, but he asked the questions that need to be asked.
Hold up. I prejudged. Within the last couple of years, even though he's still a clown, he is. That's just who he is. I see a different side of him.
He's a lighter clown.
I don't want to talk about it. But I see a different side of him. And he's not afraid to say the things in front of people.
That's not true.
What are you talking
about? As he has become lighter, he has become less intrusive.
No. I'm not talking about. He do pick and choose his battles. I'm not talking about that. But what I'm saying is, when there's a Charlamagne the God quote, you can look and find Charlamagne the God saying that quote.
Okay. Like a video or something.
Like a video.
Okay.
When he decides to speak, he speaks.
Right.
When T.I. decides to speak, he speaks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's these guys like Kaepernick, Jay-Z. You see all these quotes that's being typed, but you never see him speak.
Well,
and that's where I'm starting to have the problem, because if you listen, we know Jay-Z came down here with a rise act and he built all these young boys out, a lot of them. He paid their legal teams and stuff like that, a lot of them. You know, that's the stuff behind the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you put yourself in these places of, when you put yourself in a place as, I'm going to just use the word since we're using it all day, as a martyr for the people, right? You should never allow the media to use you without you taking a stance for yourself. Because you decided to put yourself out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So he can't be more of a doer than a talker.
He benefited from that.
Who's that?
Jay-Z.
You talking about Kaepernick, right?
Well, I'm talking about both of them. He benefited from what?
They both benefited.
They both benefited from it. But they also allowing the other man to benefit.
That's how they make money.
You understand what I'm saying?
But
I'm losing respect for the Kaepernicks.
You should.
And the Jay-Z's.
You should.
Because of that.
Quoting my brother, the Black Dot, we have went from the celestial stars and looking for the answers there and looking at these common folk stars. Jay-Z, the Beyonce's, the Kanye's, blah, 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 right? So if you go back to the celestial and get out of this human star that we're looking at, quote unquote, the answers will be there. But we don't do that.
No, we do not.
We look for them to speak, and whatever they say, we won't run with it. And that's foolish, man. You know what I mean? It's not right asking. I say.
I feel like we need to do more of holding them accountable, calling them out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Bass want to know where did the reference come from that you're speaking
which one.
of Jay-Z speaking for the people.
Well, no. I'm not saying he spoke for the people. What I'm saying is he's putting himself out there, or he's allowing. I'm not even saying. I'm sorry. I'm not even saying.
He put himself out there.
You feel like he put himself out there, or he's allowing them to put him out there? People.
You would have to put yourself out there to allow somebody else to do so.
And that's where I was coming from. Because I feel like he's allowed, or he's putting himself out there to be that for the people, or he's standing for the people. He even went and grew his hair out.
You know why? Because lots of minutes you're connected. So he did. I can remember when I used to get my head twisted back in the late 90s, right? Mm-hmm. And my daughter's grandmother was saying, "You gonna get locks? You ain't lock your hair." I said, "Nah." Because I knew then that was a lifestyle and not a style. Yeah. You know what I mean? I knew that then. Mm-hmm. And looky here. As my mind changed, so did my hair. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Does it mean the same if you get your hair locked but you got on a European cut suit? Does it mean the same if you wear locks in a European cut suit? Well, to banter you, is it Sean John European cut suit? I get it. We don't know. You know what I mean? Is it a black designer, but he don't own the fabric? What we talking about? I don't know. I'm just. I mean, we can take that. Just a myriad of ways. Like, okay, it's a black dude, but it might came out of a white factory. Or it could be from Italy, where all fashion, derives from. But it could be a black designer thing. Do you ridicule that man because he's in Italy on presenting things on a runway for Americans to purchase? I think we get stuck in like, for instance, my phone. My phone is a black phone, black design. Well, who made the case? Like, are you serious? So like, come the fuck on, man. Yeah, who made the socks? Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But what I'm saying though is, if can you have one without the other? Like, does everybody that wants to be a martyr have to only side over here, or couldn't they always straddle the fence? Or is straddling the fence, does that make you not a martyr for the people? I don't think you can decide to be a martyr. I think it's decided for you. I think it's decided for you. So for that I say no. To answer your question. You say no, they can't straddle the fence, or no, because you're not a martyr at that point. You don't decide that. It's decided for you. But you believe people have decided that Jay-Z is a martyr? Who said that? I'm asking. Do you feel like people think or feel like Jay-Z is a martyr? Some people.
But
some people probably do.
You straddle the fence.
About Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, I do. I'm okay with that. You the money though? Yeah. Look, you owe some money or something, I'm okay with that. I'm always gonna claim it when I need to. I'm okay with that. You want to come out, man?
I mean, I'm just what you.
No, I'm just
asking a question, but you straddle the fence.
About what? Just about the Baltimore thing? Oh, that's all in fun.
You sure?
If I got a ride, I'm riding for Baltimore. I'm not riding for no damn Brandy wine. I went to the goddamn store yesterday. I'm gonna say it was Target, goddamn it, and no, they ain't sponsored.
Was it Target or Target?
Man, that motherfucker, I don't know.
That was Target.
You was the Target.
Right?
No, I ain't never seen so many goddamn flannels in my life. Forgot where I was. I'm in there just looking for, I just need a black jacket. Right. And just a hoodie I can throw on under my other jacket. Right. So, dog, I'm like, what the fuck? There's so many flannel designs in this picture. Like, all I saw was army fatigue and flannel, dog. I'm like, where the hell am I at?
You was on Howard Santos.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Listen, guys, once again, this was a great show, a great weekend, a great way to go out. This is True Grit. This is only on WMSK Online Radio. This is True Shade of Dawn. I got my queen to the left.
Good night, everybody.
My guy to the right.
Mr. Ed Wilbur.
Once again, we enjoy y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. All right, man.
Take it like
Good
this.
night.
See you. Yo, I was like, why the fuck is there so much flight over here? Everybody was on the fucking
This is
plane.
the Asian Nate
Yo, I was like, yo,
That's
this- yo,